y'all? It's Rip Hamilton from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Big shouts out to Legends Week podcast. Hey, to Raw Sports podcast. Hey, man, happy to be a part of it. Whenever you need me, holla at me.
Coach, if you'd like to start with an opening statement, then we'll open up for questions.
That was a great win. It meant a lot to the area. Me being from Philly, actually being from the same street that Imhotep is on. I grew up, across the street from Imhotep. So I know a lot of those guys personally. I know what the school means to the city. So it was great to come in there and get this win.
When you talk about, because I've known you since you were in high school at Roman, being able to, you've been kind of going under the ranks as a coach, whether it was kind of like a special assistant or grad type of student. What has been the best joy of being a head coach at a powerhouse school like Camden? I mean, you talk about Camden has always had royalty.
Honestly, proving people wrong. I knew coming into the season, a lot of people doubted me. A lot of people, I'm young. This is a great powerhouse. It got great players. That's a lot of expectations. So I hear all the rumblings, about experience and things like that. So I just want to keep showing, proving people wrong, and then the people that believed in me, proving them right.
Malik, what do you think was the difference tonight?
Just the effort and our energy. We played a full 32 minutes. We talk about being, together, playing hard and smart for full 32 minutes. Tonight, I think we were able to do that. You've seen some guys playing through injuries, guys out there limping, being tough. So I think we really fed off that. I think we fed off that type of energy.
DJ Wagner made a difference late. I feel like it was a stretch where he scored 11 straight points for you guys. Talk about his play in the clutch in this situation, and just how how he kind of put it. Even though it was still a close game, he kind of kept you guys at least one step ahead.
Well, that's what we expect. We expect him to take over games. They went to a boxing one, tried to take him out of the game. Other guys stepped up. Sir Haskins made 2 big ones. Simeon was big. A lot of guys came up big for us that held him down. His guys, they're his brothers. So they seeing him. They putting 4 people on him. He said something to them like, "Yo, they disrespecting y'all." By even playing me like this, and that motivated them. That's being a leader, and he was able to take over when they called for it.
He also made it one play. He made him sit there and got that open 3, right?
Definitely, yep. So that's a part of being a leader. Him, Simeon, these guys leaders. We go how they go. So they were great tonight, and we were great.
DJ, I've watched you play a lot of ball. Kind of got punched in the face at the end of the third quarter. You look like a different player there. Some of the most aggressive basketball I've ever seen you play. Did it feel different? It looked like some of the best basketball I've ever watched you play that last 10 minutes or so.
It just felt great. That's the moments we all live for. Playing the games like this, with crowds like this, just really having the whole city out. So all of our passion just showed in that second half of the game, throughout the whole game. Our passion came out, and it just showed on the court.
When you got hit in the face, you kind of looked pretty angry. What was the feeling after that? No foul call. Kind of give me the ball. I want it. It just felt like you had that look in your eye.
It's a part of the game. But my competitive spirit, it definitely made me a little upset. It made me go even harder. So it definitely motivated me.
Your dad kind of came to Philly and played in a similar type of game. Did he talk to you at all about kind of that experience and anything he drew off that? Or obviously you come up with the wins, pretty big too.
Most definitely. He talked to me about all the experience he had with Camden. Just the city always coming out to show love and show support. So I was definitely excited. We all was definitely excited for the game.
DJ and Aaron, can you guys just talk about playing against Justin and how you think you guys will all kind of fit in at Kentucky? You all play different positions, and what will you bring to Kentucky?
It was definitely fun to play against them. We all competitors. So once we step in between the 2 lines, they ain't really know that's what my teammate later. That's after the game. So on the court, it was whoever got that red and white jersey on, that's another team. But most definitely, we still got love for him. That's our brother at the end of the day. It's definitely gonna be fun to play with him in the future. We're definitely excited for it.
DJ, there was a play midway through the fourth quarter, I think it was, where one of your teammates went to go help up one of the guys from Imhotep, and you stopped him, or you tried to stop him. I'm just curious, what did you say to him, and what was the message you were trying to send to your teammate and to your team?
Oh, I wasn't really thinking on that play. You know, that's probably just my competitiveness. Like I said, taking over my mind. Just me competing, us being so competitive. It just took over.
Simeon, you had a great first half, kind of when things weren't going so well for you guys. Talk about just the first half you played, and you kind of got banged up there, and like you're playing. Everyone's talking about Kentucky, all these guys, and you're going to St. Louis. You're a pretty darn good ball player too. How about your mindset in a game like this? When maybe does it feel like you're ever getting overlooked a little bit? Like I got to put on too.
I never really get into all that because I know my teammates, they believe in me, I believe in them, and I know as a leader of the team, they're gonna go how I go. As a coach say all the time, and it's like the way I start games depending on how the game go in. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm aggressive in the first half, everything open up for DJ Aaron in the second half. So it's just like, it's good to play with these two guys because they make me 10 times better. Feel me? So it's like, it's a blessing to be able to play besides him, two top 5 players in the country. And it's like, it's been a long journey with us, and this is a good win.
Hey guys, real quick. First off, on behalf of myself, Big Star and Raw Sports, I just want to thank you guys for what you guys did for us all out there, for the fans, for the media. You guys gave us a piece of history. Everyone in this building, everyone in the city, around the country is going to remember January 28th. So thank you guys for that. I just want to say thank y'all for that. But if y'all could just go down the line real quick and just reflect on, just let me know what you guys are going to most miss about high school basketball, in its rawest, uncut form, AAU atmospheres like this. Because when y'all get to college, Malik will tell y'all it's a different experience. It's business. They're, preparing you guys for being professionals. You know what I'm saying? So completely different experience than this, what we experienced out there. So go down the line and just let me know what you guys are going to most, miss about this type of atmosphere in high school.
I'm gonna miss environments like this. Tough, rugged battles with my brothers at the next level. They say people don't care that much, but at this level they care. You play for the city of Camden. Like you see the fans, they ran on the floor after the game. They care about this. So what I'm missing most is playing with my brothers in environments like this. And it's a blessing to be able to play for a city that cares so much about basketball. Like that small city versus this big city is like they care so much, just as much. It's a blessing to be able to play with my brothers in environments like this. So I'm missing most is playing for Camden High in environments, tough environments, close games like this.
I'm gonna piggyback with C1 said. I'm gonna just miss playing with my brothers. That's literally the only thing I like to do. Cause like playing with them is like it's playing with family. So like every time I step on the court with them, we go battle.
Really just piggybacking off of this shit, just playing with my brothers. Even just being able to step on the same court as them and go to war with them every day. Even in practice, competing against them, playing with them, everything, and playing for the city too. Just seeing how they came out and supported us like they was playing. They was going crazy like they was in the field. That's what made me want to go 10 times harder. And it make all of us want to go 10 times harder. So that's what I say I missed.
Seeing, when Desir's shooting the ball like he does today, what does that add to you, to the team? What kind of element does that bring?
Desir a star. In my eyes, he's a star. He shoots one of the best shooters in the country, if you ask me. When he's shooting the ball, he just makes us 10 times better, 100 times better, because he feed off of that. You see, he got a big steal at the end. He hitting threes, he playing hard, he getting rebounds, and it's like, that boy a star. If you ask me, he's a star. Most people don't know it. He hurt his ankle 2 games ago. He didn't play, he didn't practice. And he out there rebounding, making threes on the hurt ankle. And that's something we feed off of. Like, him being injured, Aaron bloody nose, that's us. That's us. We a tough team. So it's like, him being able to play this game, hit shots, hit rebounds, get big steals, that was big for us.
I mean, is it just when he hits the first one, you just sort of know he's going to go, like when?
Oh, I know he's not going to stop shooting. No matter how many shots he miss, how many shots he make, he's not going to stop shooting. And he aggressive. That's him. That's him as a person. He's going to tell you missed 4 in a row. He's going to tell you, I'm still shoot. I'm a shooter. So his confidence is crazy, and his confidence is part of this team.
Coach, you talked about all the noise you heard about being a young coach and all that. But when you played in this atmosphere, when you were at Villanova, you played, how much did all that prepare you in terms of coaching these kids in the atmosphere like this and for your own confidence? You've been in these types of environments for most of your basketball career. How big was that? How much did you draw for that when people were coming up with the idea that you were too young to be a coach or something like that?
I really didn't feed too much into it. I know what I put into this game. This game has been everything to me. I love it. Sometimes it's like a sickness. Like I get into it too much. You know what I mean? I had 5 knee surgeries and came back to play basketball after that. So that's to tell you how much love I am with this game. And these kids, I've been around them. Like I haven't been coaching them, but I've been around them since years now. And they just great. Really, anybody can coach these guys. You just can't get in their way and let them be who they are. You know what I mean? And I just try to let them know, like, what they're saying about being brothers, that's not cliche. These kids love each other. They together every day. They really play for each other. So it's not fake. It's not hard to get them to do that. You know what I mean? So in these games like this, I just try to challenge them, and they accept every type of challenge. They can be coached, and it just makes it real easier for me to have guys like this up here helping me lead this great city of Camden's storied tradition of basketball.
Malik, you played college basketball. College basketball seems to be getting older now with transfers, and very few freshmen have a big impact. What kind of impact can these guys and Justin make, realistically as freshmen next year, do you think?
I mean, you were at the game. You see how much defense was being played. I don't know if you've seen like 3 top 4 players in the country, take pride in that much defense. So I think that's going to be the difference in them. They're going to come in and really want to guard and stuff like that. That's the biggest adjustment, for young guys in college is trying to be able to guard and being able to compete every night and play that hard every night. These kids already do that. They environments like this, their calling cards is playing hard and playing defense. So I think when you add that with their talent, I think sky's the limit for them in their time in Kentucky.
Jeremy mentioned that
you guys have played in all sorts of big atmospheres wherever you've been, AAU, high school, whatever. How does this one compare to the biggest crowds you've seen, most intense games you've played in?
These are the type of games we live for. These are the type of stuff we dream of playing basketball. That's what we practice and we work for games like this. Really every game, but I say in a way we kind of used to it. It's a lot of seniors on this team. It's a senior-led team, so we kind of know what to expect. We know what to do coming into games like this. So I say we definitely prepared, but we was also excited.
But so it didn't feel like any more than some of the other atmospheres you've been in.
Most definitely, it was a crazy atmosphere. But we treat this game just like we want to treat any other game. Every game is a big game to us. So I say every game is just a big game to us. So we treat this just like any other game. But it definitely was a crazy atmosphere and a fun atmosphere to be able to play in.
Willie, Justin Edwards had that tip dunk at the end. How did you think your team responded in that moment? Crowds wild. How did you think your guys responded?
Even kill. Like I tell these guys, I try to coaching these guys is more so about life as well. They're not just about basketball. And then in life, you can't be too high, can't be too low. Everything ain't gonna go always good. You're gonna be in bad times sometimes. You're gonna be in good times sometimes. You gotta stay even kill. These guys do a great job of that. They don't really get too high, don't get too low. We got passion when we score and get big stops and stuff like that. But we don't let nothing break us. We can't be broken. You gotta keep coming, and we're gonna keep coming back. You know what I mean? So that's just another play. We use attitude and right next to the next play.
As mentioned, Jeremy mentioned that you were headed to St. Louis. You got to be pretty excited knowing that you'll be coming back home at least 2 times a year here at St. Joe's and over at LaSalle. What's going to be the best part about this type of homecoming? You represent Camden. It's Camden for life. I mean,
it's going to be fun to play here and play at LaSalle because I know a lot of people going to come out. I know it's going to be a good atmosphere, a lot of family, a lot of friends, a lot of people from City Camden going to come out and support. So it's going to be fun. This is my first game in this gym, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Time for 2 more.
Last question, y'all.
That's question.
Okay, well, let me ask you, but deep down, so how good does it feel to come over across the river to beat these guys in Philly? How fun is that for you guys?
Tell me what experience you cooked that. I feel like, what experience? They said we ain't have enough experience with this one.
Our guys competed really hard. I felt like there are others made plays, and we did not make enough.
Hey, Coach, besides, when you talk about pluses and minuses, what are still some things in the locker room behind the scenes that you'll praise your guys about that went well tonight? What are some things that really went well that you'll kind of build off of?
I really got a chance. I told him we competed hard. And I also told him like JE, if we get a shot with Justin Edwards to win a game, I'm gonna take that 10 times out of 10. Or if it's Ahmad or if it's Ramir, I'm not blinking about one of those guys getting a shot to win a game for us. If that happens, we're happy. And when they don't make them, we still gonna love them. And the next game, if we get a chance to do it the next game, we're gonna do it again. We believe in those guys, and that's not gonna change anything about what we do.
Seemed like Edwards missed a lot of shots that he probably would have made and everything. What you talk about that? How difficult was that? For
I mean, there's a 7'1" guy and a 6'9" guy in the middle of the lane, so it gets a little bit harder to keep making shots and keep attacking the rim. I thought the game, which I'm not mad about, I thought the game was called ultra physical, which I thought, I mean, I think both teams adjusted to it, but it was just an ultra physical call. And when they, you know, size-wise, they have more size, and sometimes when and then they made their others made plays, and we didn't make it. To watch them a lot, especially the Camden guys. I feel like I know them, like I know my team with all the film we've been watching. DJ's body control is just so special. Like the way he's able to like change directions and speeds and avoid charges when you look like you got him and then he slides by. He's just so special with that type of stuff. I knew we did a really good job on him in the first half. We tried to run and double him a little bit in the second half because we knew he was going to get extra aggressive, which he did. And then sometimes we had brain farts of not running into our doubles. And then the other thing that changed that is we did not do a good job. We knew 35 make shots, but we did not do a good job of rotating out to him. It was just some lazy closeouts. He gets wide open threes. He goes 4 for 4. That's what I see. Aaron, I just think Aaron's days are ahead of him. You know, like as they put on weight and muscle on Aaron, I think he's going to get better. And because he's talented, I thought we did a really good job on Aaron today. J.E., he's just a competitor, man. I love that kid. We challenged him to rebound the ball well today. He really did. We challenged him to like rips and get to the rim. He really tried, even though he didn't get calls going to the rim today. I thought, the put-back dunk to like put us back in the game. Justin Edwards is just a versatile player that can do a lot of things on the court, and he's a competitor. So I'm really proud of him representing our school and representing our program.
Do you think they'll be able to make an impact as freshmen? I mean, it's a lot more transfers and older players.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that they do. I don't, that's the SEC. That's a big boy basketball. We obviously expect Justin to go there and make an impact, but that's for Coach Cal and his staff to figure out what impact they're gonna make.
You talked about DJ being more aggressive. It seemed like in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, he sort of imposed his will a little bit. What did you see from him?
Yeah, he does that every game. Like, so he gets aggressive, like when it's money time, he gets aggressive. We knew that, and I thought we were trying to keep him in our traps, but he just keeps coming. He doesn't stop, and he just doesn't stop. He's like keep coming, and I felt like we just didn't do a good enough job.
It seemed like you guys kept coming to every time it looked like they were going to go out on a run. You guys kind of caught up to them for it. You still had a chance to win at the end.
Yeah, we did. Obviously, I told people if the game was in the 70s, then Camden probably won. And if the game was in the 50s, then I thought we would win. And I forget what it was, but it was like barely 62-58 or something, or 59-60, something, 2-point loss. Or 3-point loss, whatever it was. But I just felt like it was like if it was that in between, that's where this game would be playing. I think that's why we, one of the teams was gonna come up short. I never thought I saw they're gonna blow y'all out. I never thought that we'd get blown out. Like that's not been our experience at any game. Like we've not been blown out in a long, long time. So I never thought that. I knew it would be a competitive game. Just hope that we can pull it out. So a little disappointed about that.
Still played the game at your pace, but you were satisfied with that.
Yeah, we played the game. We played the game at our pace. I think we didn't make enough plays. So if it comes down to it, we did not make enough open catch shot threes. We got a bunch of them. We did not make them. And I don't think anybody would have come into the game and felt Camden would make as many threes as Imhotep. Well, if that happened, that means we probably lost the game, right? I think we're the better shooting basketball team. but we didn't shoot it well today, and they shot it better than us today. And I think that's where the game was.
How special was this opportunity for your guys? Obviously, that moment at the end where the crowd's on their feet.
Yeah, so before even how special this moment, I want to thank St. Joe's University, Amanda, and the St. Joe's University staff. They were like incredible with like helping us with all this planning and making sure that we can do this. So really a kudos goes to St. Joe's for even allowing this to happen on their campus and really doing a phenomenal job. Like the reason it was this organized was not because of me. It was because of all of them. So I want to thank them for that. It was an amazing opportunity for our kids to play in. Obviously, I'll reflect on it a little bit later. You always like these games, and we've been blessed to these type of games. We usually win, but you know what? You don't always win, and you have to be able to be humble in losses. Learn humility is a great thing to learn as a teenager too. So to be able to like lose and then make sure you shake the other guy's hands and be graceful in defeat. That's another blessing that everyone needs to have in their lives.
But today in that crowd, how fun was this for Philadelphia area basketball?
I mean, you got to ask those people out there. I thought it was an awesome environment. Of the games I've been in, I think like we played Rasheed Jordan them at Temple. That was like crazy. I think this was crazier. These things, like I guess. This white hair and stuff, and getting older. Sometimes I think of things more as a historian now, just being here so long. These things are like great. They're things that you remember, things that your kids will get a chance to remember for a long time. So I'm grateful for that.
Did I announce that game, I think, against Rashi? This is a quick question. You play, every year, big-time national title schedule. This year was City of Palms, Hoop Hall. You get to go out to Chicago and play at Powerhouse, Simeon. What do you instill in your kids when you play this type of schedule and then you play a team like Camden today?
This is just now our standard. So we know we graduate Justin and 7 seniors on this team. We graduate Justin and Raw and Yamir, 3 of our captains. And next year we're going to play a similar schedule. It'll be different places, but we're never going to back down from that. We have talent. We got good young talent. They got to get better, and then we're going to get better. We're going to get in the gym after the season's over, and we're going to do the same thing the next year.
What do you like to prove when you go to these types of places?
It's just about competition. We want to always compete at the highest levels and see where we are. If we're not good enough, then we'll lose. If we're good enough, then we'll be able to say we're one of the better teams in the country. So that's really our goals and stuff like that. So yeah.
Got time for 2 more questions?
Hey, Coach, real quick, just talk about you guys have been around the country. You've seen a lot. You've coached for years. What would you say about the Philadelphia area as it relates to the talent in the country? And what do you think the world needs to know about what's going on here in the city of Philadelphia basketball-wise?
Yeah, I love Philadelphia basketball. It's been great to me. It's been great to be a part of the high school scene for the last 2 decades. I think one of the things I tell people all the time from traveling is our toughness of our city, it travels. So we're not, this game is like many others where we're the smaller team. I don't think we've played a national game where we were not the smaller team. Because one of the things about the city, the people don't grow that tall. But it's our toughness travels, our grit travels. And so just to be able to do that and represent both the city and to me, more importantly, represent the Philadelphia Public League, that's always something that we carry with us.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Shout out to Justin Everett Jew.
Shout out to Justin Everett Jew.